Hello and welcome to my tutorial. This is how to sew a normal single welt pocket. We'll get right into it. Only thing I need to note first here is that I'm drawing in lines on the wrong side of each fabric. This is just for the video and you don't need to draw anything here yourself. Hopefully this will make it easier to understand what's going on. The lines are on the back side, reverse side, wrong side, whatever you want to say, and the plain side is the right side. To actually sew this, you'll need the fabric that you're adding the pocket into. I'll be referring to this as the main fabric, and as well you'll need the pocket itself. For me, I've broken the pocket into 3 parts. The pocket lip is cut from the same material as the main fabric, and then the pocket bag is a much lighter fabric. This is a common way of doing it so that the visible part matches while the interior can be made to be less bulky. If you're adding a welt pocket into the lining of a jacket or something else that's pretty light, then you can just cut the entire pocket as one piece, but here I'll show you how to put this together. We'll first take the pocket lip and one side of the pocket bag and then place them right sides together and sew along that edge. This video is just for the assembly of the pocket, no pattern to go along with it. Everything will be different depending on what you're working on. If you need some dimensions to try it, you can make the lip 6 or 7 inches by around 4 inches. And the pocket bag, again, totally depends on what you're doing. However, it needs to be the same height. So use a 4-inch measurement again, and then you can make it about 5 inches deep. And you'll need to cut 2 of these pieces. I'm using a 3/8 of an inch allowance here if you're curious, but aside from this step and the last, it doesn't really change that much. It's something that you'll figure out while you're working. Once you have this first running seam done, just top stitch it in place and then move on to the other side. Ignore this little cut in the fabric here, I'm just making this out of scraps that I had around. And if you're doing this out of all one fabric, this is where you would be starting. Here I'm just folding the main fabric in half both ways so that I can have a crease line to where the center is, and then I'm doing the same thing on the pocket lip as well. This is just for alignment for the video. Technically you can drop it wherever you want and the outcome will be the same. I'm lining them up here, then placing them right sides together. We want to be able to see the wrong side of the pocket. That's where I'm going to make the next stitch. I'm drawing a line here so that you can see you don't actually have to do this at all. Just place the pocket down on the main fabric, right sides facing together, and if you want to pin it in place, you can do that now. You'll want to stop your stitch around about a 1/2 inch away from each side of the short edge of the lip. That's the line that I'm drawing right here. And we can draw in a rectangle around a 1/2 inch wide in between these lines that we just drew. This will become the welt's opening, so how you change this will change the visible size of the welt. So the next step is to stitch the rectangle. Just sign on and make sure that you're pivoting at a clean right angle at each corner, and then sign off right before the spot where you started the stitch. Should look like this when you have it done. Trim the threads as you go along. Next we're going to make a cut. Fold it in half like this, and you can fold it back onto itself to ensure that you have it right if you want. And make a little cut somewhere in the middle of the rectangle. We fold it because you can't just cut into the middle of something. The scissors will need an edge, which you can make with just one fold. If you own a cutting mat, you can do this even easier with an X-Acto knife or one of those rolling wheel cutters. Once you have it through, you can cut most of the distance. Leave the edges for a second. This Y shape is what lets it fold itself out evenly. You must cut only the fabric here. Cutting the previous stitch will mean that you'll have to go back and fix that stitch. That stitch is needed to create the shape and hold the corners in place. Now we can pull the pocket to the back side of the main fabric. This might be a bit confusing. It's basically that we've sewn this inside out and we're now going to pull it back in. Just pull the pocket bag through. Don't worry about the edges yet. We'll sort that out by ironing. Just pull it so that the pocket lip and bags are on the inside and you can see this rectangular shape. Once you have it sorted out properly, we can place it down so that the right side is facing down and the pocket bag is facing up. We can pull the bag so that that seam is tight and then iron that edge in place. Repeat this on the other side as well. So there's 2 different common variations of this. I'll be sewing a single welt pocket in this video, but you can also very easily make a double welt pocket by just folding both of the lips evenly to meet in the middle. Very similar. This is the only step that would be different. But here I'm going to be sewing a single welt pocket in this video. So just fold the lower pocket bag up to where it meets the top edge of that rectangular fold and then fold it back down over itself and iron it in place. Then you can take the top bag and fold it over and again iron it in place. Back at the machine now, I'm temporarily folding the top bag out of the way. It's being ironed so it'll be easy to put back how it was. But with it pushed out of the way, we'll make a stitch along the edge of this rectangle that will keep the single welt pocket lip in place. And it's just one straight line at the bottom here. Make sure to sign on and off and to trim your threads. Then we're folding the upper pocket bag down so that everything is in place and we can make this kind of C-shaped stitch around the rest of the rectangle. And lastly, fold over the main fabric out of the way and stitch the pocket bags together. You can stitch it twice if you want, or you can run it through a serger or whatever else. Just remember that when you fold it, you want to keep this actual lip portion completely flat like how I have it in the video. If you move it too much, it's possible that the bag won't quite sit properly when it's done. The only final step would be to even up the pocket bags and trim any loose threads. Hard to explain, but because the front and the back of the bag are having to go different distances, they're pretty much never going to be actually the same at the bottom. That one side of the pocket bag is going to be a bit longer no matter what. If you really care, you can measure what you cut and subtract that distance from one side of the pocket bag pattern and everything will line up perfectly each time, but functionally it doesn't really change anything. And just like that, it's complete. Please remember that it's normal to have to try this a few times to be able to get something that you're happy with. Just practice on scrap fabric like I've done in this video, and by doing it a few times, it'll be the best way for you to learn. There are a bunch of different ways that this assembly can be used, but this is everything that you need to know to be able to try it out. You can add a zipper, a button, you can do the short edges differently. It's very common to see a bar tack. You can even kind of curve it. You can cover it with a flap. You can completely change the dimensions, even some of the angles. You can sew just the lip of the welt and make the main fabric be part of the pocket bag. It's endless and extremely common for that reason. So that's everything. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Bye.